Have you been considering making a move to Denver, Colorado, but you need to know where's the most affordable place to live? Well, in today's video, I'm going over the top 10 most affordable places to live around the Denver, Colorado area. So go ahead, if you're interested, keep on watching. Welcome back to Colorado Living. I'm Nicole Baker. Today we're going over exactly that, but before we get started, I have to let you guys know I'm a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state. So if relocating has been on your mind, go ahead and reach out. My number and email are popping up. You can text, call, email, day, night, whatever's easiest for you guys. But if you're not quite ready to reach out yet, go ahead and subscribe. I post videos just like this one every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. But let's get started in today's video. Alright guys, just to let you know, I'm not talking about schools or crime rate in this video, so if that's something that's important to you and your family, please check out the links below. I have a best schools link, and then also niche.com is a super informative link on best schools, best top rated neighborhoods, things like that. I highly suggest you guys check those out. Unfortunately, I can't really give much on that just because it's going to be on a base to base scenario. Like what you think is safe doesn't necessarily equate to what I think is safe, and so on and so forth. I don't have any kids, so it doesn't really make sense for me to give much opinions on kids. I can give you my clients' previous opinions, but again, those links do exactly that. So go ahead and check out those links if that's something that's super important to you. Alright guys, we're starting with number 10 on the list, Westminster. Westminster is an absolutely gorgeous community about 20 minutes north from downtown Denver. So you are not too far from being able to enjoy all the nightlife and the fun activities like sports and whatnot that the downtown area has to offer. You're probably closer to about 35 to 40 minutes to the airport, so you are at a little bit more of a distance from that, but you get to enjoy the downtown area, which I'm probably gonna guess that you're gonna be downtown more than you are at the airport unless you travel a lot. Another really amazing thing about Westminster is the proximity to Boulder. If you enjoy Boulder, which tons of us do, but can't necessarily afford to live there because it is one of the most pricey places to live in Colorado. It is such a small town with the average price point being a little bit over $1 million. Not everybody can afford that, unfortunately. So the next best thing would be Westminster with an amazing price point at $575 as the average. So obviously you can go a lot higher than that, and you might be able to get a condo or townhome for a little bit cheaper than that, but not too bad for Colorado considering all of the, I'm not shy to say that Colorado is not the most affordable place. You guys know that. I say that in pretty much every single video, but Westminster is definitely on the list and just a little bit lower than the medium price point in the Denver metro suburbs. So if you're thinking about affordability, definitely want to check out Westminster. All right, moving into the next one, tied for place 8 and 9, we're talking about Lakewood and Brighton. Those are the two. So they're very similar in price point, but they're completely different in lifestyle. Lakewood is going to be on your southwest corner. I will pop up a map for every single one of these so you guys can see exactly where it's located to the Denver area, and it is almost like probably triple the size of the Brighton, Colorado area. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for something a little bit bigger, Lakewood would definitely be the spot for you. You're probably about 20-25 minutes from the downtown area. With Brighton, Colorado, I'm gonna pop up a map for that as well. You are definitely way more north and it is a lot smaller. So if you're looking for a more small town feel, Brighton might be an amazing option for you. Lakewood is beautiful because it's super close to the mountains. So I know tons of you guys are moving to Colorado to be close to those mountains, so keep that in mind. Also, Brighton's gonna be closer. I know I'm switching back and forth between these ones, but Brighton is gonna be definitely closer to the airport for you guys if you travel a lot for work or just travel a lot in general and want to be close to that. That might be an option for you. Lakewood is definitely going to be a good 45-minute drive for you if you travel a lot, so just keep that in mind because those Ubers, they're not cheap. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about Brighton or Lakewood, but the median price point for both of those is gonna be $550. So again, we are just moving more and more affordable, and they are beautiful areas. So keep those in mind if you're thinking about the $550 price point. Number 7, moving more and more affordable each time, Commerce City. Commerce City is a great option if you're looking for something affordable. It is going to be about 20 minutes from downtown Denver, and then you also are about maybe 20 to 30 minutes from the airport. So it is definitely a really good spot if you're trying to be in that in-between spot for, say, you travel a lot for work, or one of your spouses works downtown and you work at the airport, or whatever the case may be, guys. It's an amazing option, with the median price point being $548, $500. Obviously, this can change by the time you guys are watching this video. Obviously, this can change for all the things that I'm mentioning, and it's not as black and white as it seems. There are options if you are looking for a townhome or condo that might be a little bit more affordable than that. This is just the average price point in that location. So keep that in mind. Commerce City is also a fairly large city, so you have all the things that you could possibly need, which is amazing. Me personally, I like to eat out a lot, and I like the convenience of just being able to go get food and come home, not have to drive very far. So you have all of those amenities that you could possibly think of in the Commerce City area. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about affordability and where to live. All right, guys, next on the list of number 6, Sheridan, Colorado. So Sheridan, Colorado is about 20 minutes from the Denver area. As I mentioned before, I'm going to pop up maps of all of these locations so you guys can see. And as you can see, you are fairly close to the mountains compared to some of the other locations that I have mentioned. Not super close, but not super far. So keep that in mind if you plan to go to the mountains often or hang out up there during the weekends, if you enjoy hiking and stuff like that. I assume you're probably going to be going to the mountains quite often. So Sheridan might be a great option if you're looking for affordability and all of that. Again, you're super close to the downtown area. So if you have a spouse or whatever that works downtown, that would be an amazing location. And again, the price point that I'm about to tell you guys, this is just for single family homes, so keep that in mind. If you're looking for a townhome or a condo, you may be able to get even more affordable, but the average price point there is $548. So keep that in mind. And then also, Sheridan is a more smaller city, but it is smack dab in the middle of some huge major cities here in Colorado. Sheridan has about 6,000 residents. So even though this price point does say the $548, with trying to specifically stay in a Sheridan zip code, you might have a little bit more competition, and that could inevitably make the price point a little bit higher if everyone is specifically trying to be in Sheridan. But just something to keep in mind if you're trying to stay affordable, you might want to consider Sheridan. All right, guys, number 5 on the list, Ken Carroll. Ken Carroll is an amazing area for anyone that is looking to be close to the foothills. It is a smack dab beautiful view of the mountains, and I think that you'll really enjoy it if you do enjoy heading out to the mountains and you enjoy affordability, because the average price point is $530 to $500, and it's about 30 minutes from Denver. So again, if you're thinking you might want to be kind of close to Denver but not too close, Ken Carroll would be an amazing option. Also, it is a smaller area. It's not like a huge zip code. Littleton is super close to that, and Highlands Ranch. Again, the affordability, you might be able to get something a little bit more affordable in Littleton, just depending on where in Littleton, because Littleton is fairly wide. Just keep that in mind for affordability purposes. But Ken Carroll is an amazing location. You have tons of opportunity, and I do believe there's quite a few new builds in that location as well. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about affordability and location and proximity to the mountains. You'll definitely love it there. All right, guys, moving on to number 4, Thornton, Colorado, a major city with tons of growth opportunity still left. Another amazing thing about Thornton is your proximity, again, to Boulder, Colorado. A lot of people love Boulder, just cannot afford to live there. So Thornton might be an amazing option, again, close to the mountains and all of the things that we absolutely love about Colorado. And keep in mind, with these really undeveloped locations, you're also going to have tons of opportunity for equity growth in this marketplace, because yes, there might not be a lot of houses there right this minute. Granted, there are a good amount of people already living in Thornton, but there's still tons of undeveloped land. You have the opportunity for more and more development to go in there and really boost up your market, because if, you know, more people are wanting to live there, then obviously the price of your home is going to go up, which means more money in your pocket when you decide to sell. So keep that in mind. And then also, Thornton is amazingly affordable. So we love to hear that. $530 for the medium price point, and you're about 20 minutes from Denver. Unfortunately, Thornton is going to be a little bit further from the Denver airport, so keep that in mind. And Thornton also is a really good area if you're trying to maybe go up to Fort Collins and things like that on the weekends. Fort Collins, Boulder, Estes Park, just going up in the mountains in general, just to drive around or whatever the case may be, go hiking, climbing, fishing. You know how us Colorado people do. We are just out every single weekend. So if that's something that you're looking forward to, you definitely want to pick your location. Very, very important when it comes to living in Colorado is picking the location. So keep that in mind. And also we want it to be affordable. So keep in mind Thornton if you're thinking about moving here. All right, guys, number 3 is North Glen. North Glen is probably about 5 more minutes up north from Thornton, and it's about 20 to 25 minutes from the downtown Denver area. So if you're thinking about moving maybe a little bit more north where you don't want tons and tons of people living there already, North Glen would be an amazing option for you. And just like all the things I mentioned about Thornton, it has super, super close proximity to all the mountainy options that you could possibly think of. So if you're thinking about wanting to go out to the mountains, another amazing place would be North Glen. And it just gets sweeter with the price point. $514,500 is the average. And again, I mentioned it for all the other places, but maybe even get cheaper if you're interested in a townhome or condo. I know the affordability, some people are listening to this video and saying $514,000 for a house. That is insane, which you guys know I mention it. It is insane. The price of living here is not cheap, but there are more options than what I am mentioning here, and you never know, you might find a diamond in the rough. So just keep that in mind, but we want to make sure it's in your budget no matter what. And I think North Glen would be an amazing place to look into if you are budget conscious. All right, guys, number 2 on the list, Aurora, Colorado. I personally live in Aurora, Colorado, and something to mention about Aurora is it pretty much takes up the whole right-hand side of the state. So when we're talking about Aurora, we could be talking about a very, very completely different area. I live in Southeast Aurora, and I would say that just based off of knowledge, a lot of the more affordable housing is going to be on the north side of the Aurora City area. So just keep that in mind. You could be anywhere between 30 minutes away from downtown Denver. You could be maybe 20 minutes from downtown Denver. Again, I'm gonna post a photo up here so you guys can see exactly what I am talking about in regards to how massive Aurora really is. But with the average price point being $486,500, and again, these prices could even potentially go down by the time you guys are watching this video, even for the single family homes and even the median price point. By the time a lot of you guys are watching my videos, you're probably maybe 3 to 6 months out from actually purchasing a home. So with that in mind, with the market in mind as well, prices are steadily, decreasing. So there's amazing benefits for buyers right now to purchase homes, and maybe even by the time you are ready to buy, the median price point in Aurora could actually even be cheaper. And then also Aurora location wise, you are going to be either super close to the airport at some parts in Aurora, or you could be again close to Denver. Either way, I would say you're probably looking about a 30-minute average of going either distance. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about Aurora. Aurora has some amazing qualities that I really enjoy, and it's really, really big. So you have tons of opportunity for housing, unlike some of these smaller cities where you don't necessarily have tons of homes. All right, guys, last but not least, Derby, Colorado, just a little bit north of Commerce City. It is going to get you a whopping median price point of $411,000 for a single family home. That is absolutely unheard of here in the Denver, Colorado area. And you're about 20 minutes northeast of Denver, and you are even closer to the airport. So if you're thinking about affordability, and that is the most important thing, definitely consider Derby, Colorado. But again, for regards to population, I'll just compare the last two in regards to the population. So Derby, Colorado has about 9,000 residents. Aurora, Colorado, again, pretty much taking up the whole right-hand side of the state, has 386,300 people. So if that gives you any regards to how massive Aurora is and how much opportunity there is and how much growth there is there, that hopefully does it for you. But if you're looking for something a little bit smaller and a little bit further from the hustle and bustle of the city, I would say definitely consider Derby. With the 9,000 people, you definitely will have a smaller town feel. So if you are thinking about affordability, hopefully this video gave you all of the options. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gave you tons and tons of knowledge, and hopefully it narrowed down where you should live if you're thinking about affordability. If it did, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you want content just like this video, I post every Monday and Wednesday at 5, so go ahead and subscribe. But until next time, you guys, I have to let you know I'm a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state, and I service all of the areas that I mentioned today. So go ahead and reach out. Number and email are popping up. Text, call, email, day, night, whatever is easiest for you guys. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.